Indonesian new immigrant meets Tzu Chi in Taiwan and finds her direction in a foreign land. Legal amendments seek to improve the environmental pollution caused by illegal factories on farmlands. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Maggie Tsai. Thank you for joining us. In our report, we will meet a new immigrant from Indonesia. Zhong Faqin has married a Taiwanese man and moved to Taiwan from Indonesia when she was 20. When she was having difficulties adjusting to the life in a foreign country, she attended Tzu Chi's class and found her direction in life.
It's been 10 years since we established class for new immigrants in the community. We thought that this is a joyful occasion, so we discussed it and decided that we should hold a carnival to mark the joyful occasion. You only have the right to use your life, but you cannot control the duration of your lifespan. Back then, my younger sister's child fell ill, and I realized that fortunately I've joined Tzu Chi. I've learned Dharma teachings, or else I would have panicked.
我那时候真的也是慌了。现在他还可以慢慢的可以讲2句话，可以慢慢走路。
Now she can speak slowly and walk a little bit. I'm grateful to my family for accompanying her. I've realized that when our health is in good conditions, we should give of ourselves. Just as the master has said, we should work to accumulate merits. I have realized the meaning behind these words.
要做来顿，唔通做来度，真的体会到这句话，对。
Back then, many people marry men in Taiwan. Therefore, I told the matchmaker that I wanted to marry a man in Taiwan. I did not pick and choose, as long as the groom wanted me.
因为我太帅了。
To be honest, in the past, my husband would sneak out to drink alcohol, play mahjong, or gamble with his friends. I felt that he was cheating on me, so I followed him around. As a foreigner who has married a Taiwanese man, I could not trust anyone else besides my husband. At the lowest point of my life, I was attending cram school, and the teacher said, "Qing, there's a class for new immigrants at Tzu Chi Banqiao grounds. Do you want to attend the class?" I replied that I did not know anything. He said that it's fine, just go and attend the class. Tzu Chi's sisters are all very nice. Therefore, I gradually got in touch with Tzu Chi and felt like I was seeing a glimpse of light.
好像有一点点看到光的感觉，对。
I'll probably attend community college, which should be easier to attend, I think.
想象啊，想象。
Thanks for TIMA's help. For representatives of Genesis Social Welfare Foundation came to thank Dharma Master Cheng Yen when she visited Xindian Jing Si Hall.
The feeling of giving love is like the feeling of receiving it by myself. This is the feeling that I usually have when I'm volunteering with TIMA members.
For many years, Tzu Chi TIMA members provide free dental services at 12 care spots of Genesis Social Welfare Foundation regularly. Although it takes several members to serve one bedridden patient, they feel worth helping them.
For our cases, all patients are bedridden. So basically, it is a big burden for their family whenever they need to go out. It costs about $40 for one ambulance ride. So in order to see a dentist, they usually have to spend about $80 back and forth for this transportation.
Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital and TIMA work together to hold free clinic every 2 months and care for local residents for more than a decade in Pingxi.
These solitary seniors have already got a lot of medicine they need, so they do not need more, but love and care.
We wish to turn Pingxi into a dementia village like the one in the Netherlands, and we are planning on it right now.
精神力量，好好的和心、和气、互爱、协力，在这个世纪，我们有这样的精神宗门，这样的行动，如何走入人群，都很感人。安尼来做好好啊。
Using the rope for tying up zongzi, the master encouraged Tzu Chi volunteers to pass down the spirits and cooperate together. The leader passed the responsibilities to the successors and make a vow for remembering the first inspiration.
I joined the big family of Tzu Chi because of SARS. I remembered the master once said that although SARS was terrible, the virus could infect many people, let's believe in love. Pure love could also be spread to others.
I used to be an introvert person and was very shy, but I heard that Master used to be shy as well, but she became brave for all beings.
Passing on love and mercy, sharing the responsibility of Tzu Chi's mission, Tzu Chi will continue to promote Buddhist teaching and prospering the Dharma community.
Kaohsiung International Friendship Group has been promoting international exchanges. This time they brought the German retired people to visit Kaohsiung Jing Si Hall and the recycling station. The visitors were surprised by the tour.
This we call compassion technology.
More than 10 retired people from Germany have come to the Kaohsiung Jing Si Hall. The volunteer led them to the recycling station.
If we collect 78 of it, we can make a blanket.
The visitors keep taking pictures with their smartphones because they're surprised to see how the elderly volunteers are sorting the recyclables diligently.
A lot of elderly people, they are sitting at home and has to do nothing. And here is a possibility for them to have social contacts. They can work with others, they get more contacts, and that is a nice situation. And that is different to Germany.
In Germany, recycling is mostly done by enterprises. The German visitors are seeing for the first time how elderly volunteers are protecting the environment. The Kaohsiung International Friendship Group is visiting again because they were deeply touched in their previous visit.
From the visit, we learned that Tzu Chi is doing recycling and protecting the environment. Tzu Chi cares about global warming and has put much effort into fighting it. Upon returning to their countries, they also practice what they learn at Tzu Chi in their daily lives.
What we do today is mostly recycling. I hope they know that the world, including the United Nations, is promoting recycling.
The recycling volunteers who protect the environment with their hands have become the best ambassadors of goodwill for these foreign visitors.
Illegal factories operating without any license on farmland account for 84% of the total factories in Taiwan. Legal amendments have helped enable the low-polluting companies to improve their operations and ultimately relocate. However, other highly polluting factories are continuing to operate due to poor enforcement.
The location of this report is an upstream factory in Zhanghua making faucets. We can see this 1300 degrees Celsius high-temperature furnace and molds for sand casting on the spot. The raw materials of these molds are very hot and dusty. The raw material copper ingot is melted into copper water at a high temperature. The white smoke is emitted. It is then poured in the sand mold casting machine. Then the copper water is cooled and becomes solid. The operator takes it out from the sand mold and knocks the sand adhering to the surface. Then the faucet or pipe is finished. Every employee in the factory wears a mask because of the heavy metal dust in this area.
All the dust, ash, and sand is collected and stored in a bucket.
The sand casting foundry early on was a family-run OEM foundry, has been expanded to such a large scale, but it is located on farmland as Mr. Chen has been applying for a legal factory license. though he is worried he will be cut off from water and electricity at any time, even if the equipment in the factory is in compliance with regulations. Because under the newly revised factory management law, the government has classified 36 items such as sand casting, electroplating, printing and dyeing, and leather manufacturing as medium and high pollution industries. In the future, it cannot exist in agricultural land and must be relocated in industrial areas and managed.
After such a regulation went into place, none of these highly polluting industries with heavy metal contamination can be on farmland.
It may take millions of US dollars to enter the industrial zone, and there are only a few SMEs that can do this.
We have nowhere to move the factory because we have a lot of debt due to loans for constructing the factory.
Chen's farmland factory has invested more than 1.6 million US dollars. He said that if he was forced to move to the industrial area, he and his family would face bankruptcy.
My dad got up in the morning and started the furnace one day. When I was still sleeping, he suddenly called me up and I asked what happened. He said that he was injured and because of this, I had to take over.
This meant that his son had to go to university at night and help his father in the factory during the day. At the age of 23, he didn't think about playing with his classmates every day, but how to operate his father's factory while reducing pollution.
I wanted to slowly transform to see if there are any devices that can be slowly upgraded that can be better for the environment.
According to the Economics Ministry survey, there are 45,000 factories on farmland across Taiwan, of which 7,400 have obtained temporary factory registration certificates. That is to say, the remaining 37,600 factories are operating without license, accounting for 80% of the total.
The current penalty is very simple. It is only a penalty of 2,000 US dollars. It is a violation of land use laws. Because they can use the land, they don't violate factory-related laws or industrial laws. These are not applicable, so the law is not so comprehensive.
In the future, there may be more local governments that can't fully relocate medium to high polluting companies and may not want to fully carry out this law.
Amendments to the law state that low-polluting, unlicensed factories on farmland can apply for 2 years of supervision and submit an improvement plan in 3 years, with sunset clause to close factory extended to 2039.
In the past 20 years, we can continue to find suitable industrial land for operations. If we have an opportunity, we will try our best to move. Needless to say, we are worried about this problem every day.
To solve the problems of farms and factories being mixed together, this amended law is not solving this problem because the government is letting low to medium polluting companies remain.
Existing factories on farmland, as long as they are classified as low-polluting industries, can exist for another 20 years legally. In fact, even if it is a medium-high polluting farmland factory, although it will be relocated, the law does not specify the date of sunset. This makes the issue of enforcement very difficult and hard to enforce.
There are high, medium, and low polluting factories on farmland. In fact, this is a very troublesome thing. The government is unlikely to jump in and intervene because administrating this is a very difficult problem.
Before the 1970s, the government did not restrict the use of agricultural land outside the city. It was not until 1974, through the non-urban land control law, governed land use at the time. In other words, factories on farmland can still obtain industrial land license, like this Zhanghua electroplating factory, which covers an area of more than 1,200 square meters of agricultural land. The owners applied for the type D construction land use issued by the government 45 years ago.
At the time of application, we submitted to an environmental assessment, and the government issued a factory license to us.
Obtaining a legal license means that this electroplating factory cooperated with the Industrial Research Institute to build a complete sludge recovery system and become a model manufacturer of the EPA.
It used to be an illegal factory, so we didn't do registration and didn't do counseling. But after the change to the law, we were able to achieve more transparency and help management by coaching them normal management channels.
Can the economy and the environment coexist? The government, SMEs, and environmental groups all seem to have a different opinion, leading to many disagreements. At the beginning of 2017, the Ministry of Economic Affairs intended to broaden the agricultural roads to connect illegal factories scattered around agricultural land. At that time, it was called the String of Pearls Project, though it ignited lots of opposition.
The real pollution is underground beneath the factory. The government does not really manage it. If the government is to legally manage it, it will take a lot of money to test with regular inspections to improve pollution problems. Isn't it better to manage all of these factories on farmland?
The controversy over farmland factories has not been resolved for decades. People have actually become accustomed to these types of factories and have stopped thinking about it. However, the soil here is no longer fertile or contributing to the life cycle, but simply scraps like other industrial pollution.
South Africa Tzu Chi volunteers continue to help the impoverished people in Zambia. Volunteers headed to different parts of Zambia conducting distribution and understanding the farming situation.
Zambia has a lot of fertile fields. However, due to the lack of farming techniques, every year the local farmers have low productivity.
Even till now, they don't know the proper way to farm. That's the main cause, not because they are lazy. We have to teach them the technique of farming. For instance, how to pump out the water and how to drain after the rice has matured. This is the most important thing.
They planted sweet potato leaves in their backyard by using the soil from the riverbed and watering it with dishwashing water.
Through these packages, they could plant these seedlings and it will grow very well. They could eat these leaves for about 3 to 4 months and then eat the sweet potatoes for another few months.
Tzu Chi evaluated the feasibility of further distribution by gathering local people's opinion. Step by step, Tzu Chi began to have a better understanding about Zambia. The 5 people wearing red hats are the village chefs. Tzu Chi volunteers show them ways to stay humble and help others.
2, 3,
Many residents travel 10 kilometers by foot for a 10-kilogram package of corn flour.
Are you happy?
Volunteers decided to drive the truck full of supplies themselves so they can save some transportation fee in order to exchange more packages of corn flours. Holding distribution from one village to another, due to the circulation of love, hundreds of local residents decided to join the volunteering effort. Visiting the local elementary school, most of the students are orphans and having a difficult education environment.
Having 2 classes in the morning and 2 classes in the afternoon, which always makes us not work very possible for our children to understand clearly. So we need support.
The school's concrete floor was falling apart, and there are no walls between these classrooms.
Their songs help them get through some tough times. Through gratitude, positive attitude, and some support, we hope one day they could sing songs about their happy life.
The Republic of Sierra Leone in West Africa was hit heavily by flooding arising from torrential rain in August. For charities including Tzu Chi went to Tambo community to host disaster relief to the local residents.
The flood has been happened for 3 months since August, yet the community is still in ruins.
The water came in quickly. It rose from my calf to my chest in a minute. Then we ran away immediately.
I'm not fine.
The 25-year-old Abram is one of the few youth in the village who can speak English. He took volunteers to visit the disaster area and unconsciously walked to his home, which has already been washed away.
This is my house. I'm let down August 6th. Just here, the water surround us. The water goes midnight. Midnight. Yeah, the flooding. Yes.
The Tambo community is near the sea. Most of the residents live by fishing. It is difficult for them to escape from flooding in rainy seasons every year.
The passage of the water to flow down to the sea. You see, so that is a big problem. You see, so we have problem in that. That is why flooding occurring year round. This year, the following year, the following year. That is a problem.
The residents in the community originally lacked resources. After the flooding, their lives became even harder. 4 charity groups, including Tzu Chi, chose to host disaster relief here to send blankets and second-hand clothes to 504 households.
We are very happy that you consider this community because that was a very trying moment for us. But if you are coming here now to relieve the people, you know when something happened to you and nobody visits you, it's like you are just all on your own. But when somebody comes to you, it makes you feel happy. You are happy. So we are happy and the beneficiaries are also happy.
The distribution line was well organized. The residents who received blankets and second-hand clothes showed their long-lost smile. This gift of love made the residents in the community look forward to the future.
I don't want to follow. I want to further my education. But my own future and my child future tomorrow. My family future tomorrow.
You want better future?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
The Victoria Home in Sri Lanka is organized by the government and local organizations. It accommodates 200 impoverished people who are physically or mentally challenged. Tzu Chi volunteers pay regular visits every month.
කුසීචාකි මේකට මේ ඇවිල්ලා වැඩසටහන වලට සහභාගී වෙන්නේ වික්ටෝරියා හෝම් ගිහිලා කරගත්තු දෙපාරක් ගියා එකෙත් කරගත්තු පින විශාල පිනක් ඒකමයි ජීවිතේට කරගත්තේ.
In Victoria Home, every patient in the bed is longing for being taken care of. Not only does the standard team of volunteers come to visit every month, this time also came a group of elementary students and ladies.
Tzu Chi volunteers follow Buddha's teachings to do good deeds and make contributions. It is a very meaningful group. They come to care for the ill people, allowing us to feel the impermanence in life.
2.5 months ago, I started to join Tzu Chi. I'm grateful to Master Cheng Yen for giving me the chance to devote myself.
A storytelling cartoon by Master Cheng Yen is being presented to comfort the residents. Donation is also sought to help other people in need. The spread of kindness will not stop because of illnesses, but will last longer than sufferings.
Dharma Master Cheng Yen certified over 10 staff of DaAi TV on the Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center's year-end blessing ceremony. Take a look and see you next time.